Hi folks, back here in the garage 2 days after knocking down that maple tree over at my nephew's place, and I don't know if it shows up in the video or not, but my saw was really not running very well, especially near the end. I'm just doing this by eyeball. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Turn it to the right, clockwise, turn it off, counterclockwise. This saw is about, I don't know, I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. I've never tuned it. I've never changed the setting on the carburetor, period. And I've never even changed the air filter. I've cleaned it a few times, but I've never changed it. And I've never changed the spark plug. But the main thing is the top end of this thing is just, it's got no guts. You throttle it up and it's not reaching proper RPM. So take it outside and demonstrate that. That's the idle. So I've taken the air filter off to see if that's causing an air restriction. Doesn't affect the idle. Nope, doesn't affect the top end either. So it's not the air filter. Clearly not running right. Wasn't making full power. Sounded like a ting-ting noises when I revved it up, and it just wouldn't hold any RPMs at all when you put it in the wood. So got out my Husqvarna manual, checked a few things, and I have my own thoughts on it. I've looked at tuning it. I was in it the other day. Now it's got the limiters on there, but I found you can turn each one of those screws, the low jet and the high jet, about a half a turn. All the way. If you start all the way to the left, turn it all the way to the right, it's about a half a turn. And I believe that's what the manual says too. I've watched several videos on tuning chainsaws, and I'm no expert, but I watched several videos, that's why I watched them. And they pretty much all say, well, you turn the screw all the way in and then you back it off either 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 turns. And you're going to be pretty good. Well, you can turn it a little bit from there, but that's, that's in the ballpark. Well, you know what? I'm pretty sure the Husqvarna, the guys that built this saw, know that too. And that's why they got limiters on there, because there's probably no reason to tune this saw very much. I know I've never tuned it. The funny thing is, I read in the manual too, it tells you should change the spark plug about once a month. Once a month? I might clean it once a month, but I certainly don't change my spark plug every month. I have a funny feeling that my problem may just be the spark plug. So I went out and I bought a new spark plug. It says to use RC7JY. That's what's in here. That's what I bought. I didn't buy equivalents. I didn't buy Autolite. I didn't buy an NGK number. I didn't buy First Fire crappy stuff from Home Depot. I bought Genuine Champion. That's what's in here. That's what I bought. And just in case the problem could be fuel related, if I've got bad fuel, I also put out $12.49 I think for this small 1 liter can of Husqvarna Genuine 50-to-1 fuel mix, which is what the book says. So, have the saw in the house for a few hours, warming up. Let's start it. Show you how it runs now. Yesterday I took the air filter off and tried it. It doesn't make any difference. So it's not a plugged air filter causing it to run too rich. That's not the issue. So let's fire it up. I'll show you how it runs now, and then we'll make a spark plug change and see what happens after that. So I saw in the manual is a spark plug gap. They recommend 1/2 millimeter, which is 20 thou. I gotta double check that what that gap is before I put it in. Well, still going to change the spark plug to see what happens. So there's the 20 thou feeler gauge. It just goes in there. So it is already properly gapped. That's good to know. Should start right away. I've proved the air filter is not a problem. I've changed the spark plug. What I'm going to do now is run it for a while with the gas, the remainder of the gas that I have that I mixed myself, see how that goes, and then I'm going to either run it out or I'm going to dump what's left and put in that Husqvarna Premixed 50:1 and see if there's any difference. To me, that's not acceptable performance from a saw. Gutless. I'm going to dump this, my own 50:1 mix, out of the saw, back into this can, and we'll try Husqvarna Premix. Let's try this stuff. Okay, let's see. tried, I took the air filter off, made no difference. I put in a brand new spark plug. It made no difference at all under load. It did seem to make it rev a little bit higher. Unloaded, the maximum rev I think was a bit higher, but otherwise it didn't really help under load. And I couldn't go further because I was waiting on two things. One is this tool kit of screwdrivers. There's 10 of them in here, and I think there may be only one that's of any use to me. I don't intend to use this right away, because as I said before, quite likely this thing doesn't need to be tuned at all. So the other thing I bought was this kit, which comes with some fuel line, an air filter, a spark plug, and a couple of different fuel filters. So the next thing I want to try is, because possibly we have a fuel flow issue, I want to pull out this fuel filter and replace it with the one that looks the most like it. Use a funnel, and I'm very careful at how I put fuel in this thing, so the last thing I thought of was there'd be a clogged fuel filter. Okay, so that's what it looks like. And I can't say it's clogged, but it does have some dirt on it, of course. And in this bag, there's one that looks just like it. It looks like it. So we'll take the original filter off, put on the brand new one, drop it in the tank, put the cap back on it. So let's take it out to the wood pile and put it in some wood. Okay, so I've just changed the fuel filter. We tried it in some wood for a while, and of course we want to make sure, we want to do a comparison to when it's warm. The other day I thought that it ran a little better when it was cool. It started to act up and really choke on me as you saw warmed up. So let's see how it goes. Tell that that's a lot better than what it was. So let's put it into some big wood with a heavy block elm there. Let's see how it works. Hopefully this shows up, but in better light. This classifies as a dirty fuel filter. I can see discoloration. A lot of browning or yellowing here. And there's a whole ring around this edge here. This whole edge here has got a brown hue to it, and there's a little bit of browning here in the bottom. Now this is the other style of filter that came in the parts kit. It's not the right one, but just for comparison, there's white and then there's off-white. So that discoloration is enough to cause your saw to not run properly.